Feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure how to move forward with your book? You're not alone, but today that's going to change. In this video, I'm sharing my top strategies to overcome writer's block, banish self-doubt, and write a book that doesn't just sit on the shelf, but actually transforms lives and grows your business. Whether you're just starting or you've hit a wall, these proven tips will help you gain momentum and make real progress. Now, stick around because at the end, I'll share my ultimate strategy for structuring your book to ensure it makes maximum impact. Hi there, welcome to the Ellie Shefi Show. I'm Ellie Shefi, 10-time international best-selling author, publisher, business strategist, and attorney. I specialize in helping entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and change makers just like you turn their expertise into impactful best-selling books that elevate their authority, grow their business, and build their brand. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, break the overwhelm with micro steps. Sitting down to write an entire book can feel overwhelming. The thought of crafting tens of thousands of words may leave you feeling stuck before you even begin. But here's the truth. You don't have to write a book all at once. The key is breaking down the process into micro steps that feel manageable and achievable. Instead of staring at a blank page and feeling paralyzed, start with a high-level outline. Think of your book as a journey you're taking a reader on. What transformation do you want the reader to experience by the end of the book? What are the steps in the journey the reader needs to take in order to have that outcome that they desire? What's the logical order for those steps? Jot down your key steps and their themes. You don't have to know every detail right away, but just having that rough structure will give you a sense of direction and make the process feel less daunting. Now, once you have your high-level outline giving you the overall flow of the chapters, break each chapter down into smaller sections. Instead of thinking of your book as one big project, divide it into smaller micro-topics. Each chapter should contain 4 to 6 micro-steps that help the reader progress on the journey. And remember, you don't have to write in order. If you get stuck on one chapter, move on to another. This approach keeps you from feeling bogged down by any single part of the process. If writing full paragraphs feels too difficult, start with bullet points. Outline the key ideas you want to include in each section. So what points do you need to make? What examples or stories will illustrate them? What lessons or takeaways do you want your reader to walk away with? Jotting down these elements in a simple, structured way makes it easier to turn them into fully developed sections later. Another effective strategy is writing in short bursts with a timer. You don't need hours of uninterrupted time to make progress. Instead, set a timer for 15 to 30 minutes and focus on writing as much for one micro point as you can. Don't worry about editing or perfecting your words. Just focus on getting your ideas onto the page. When the timer goes off, take a short break. If you're still feeling inspired, then set another timer and keep going. This technique removes the pressure of long writing sessions, and it allows you to make consistent progress without overwhelm or burnout. The most important thing to remember is that progress creates momentum. Every best-selling book is written one sentence at a time. And the key to finishing your book is simply consistency. One paragraph today becomes a page tomorrow. A few bullet points today can become a full chapter next week. Showing up consistently leads to results. And before you know it, you'll have a finished manuscript. Tip 2, know your why. Writing a book is a journey, one that's filled with excitement, inspiration, and challenges too. There will be moments when you feel stuck, frustrated, or overwhelmed. When those moments hit, the single most important thing that will keep you going is your why, your deeper reason for writing this book. So before you write a single word, get crystal clear on why this book matters to you. Ask yourself, what impact do I want this book to have? Is it about educating your audience, establishing yourself as a thought leader, creating a lasting legacy? Your book is so much more than just words on a page. It's a tool for transformation, both for your readers and for you. It's also important to ask, How will this book serve my audience, my business, or my mission? A well-written book does more than just tell a story. It solves a problem, shifts perspectives, and provides valuable insights. Think about the struggles your readers face and how your book will help them to overcome those challenges. Think about how your book will fit into your bigger picture. Will it drive people toward your coaching, consulting, or high-ticket offers? Will it be a credibility booster that opens doors to speaking, media, and partnerships? Really consider, what will change for me once my book is complete? Imagine the opportunities that will come from being a published author. Picture yourself speaking on stages, landing podcast interviews, attracting dream clients, and even securing new business ventures. Writing a book isn't just about the accolade. It's about the growth and expansion that happens along the way, the opportunities it creates, and the lives it changes. When self-doubt creeps in, and trust me, it will, return to your why. It'll be the fuel to push you past the blocks and help you get your book out into the world. Tip 3, overcome self-doubt by focusing on your reader. Every writer, no matter how experienced, faces imposter syndrome or self-doubt at some point. That little voice in your head that whispers, who am I to write this book? Will anyone even care what I have to say? Imposter syndrome can be one of the biggest roadblocks in the writing process. But here's the truth. Your book is not about you. It's about your reader. Think about it. Why do people pick up books? They're looking for guidance, solutions, inspiration, or a fresh perspective. They don't care if you have decades of experience or multiple degrees. What matters is that your book helps them in some way. When you shift your focus from yourself to your reader, the fear and self-doubt begin to fade, and your words start to flow more naturally. Start by thinking about the specific person you're writing for. Picture that one ideal reader. Maybe it's a past client, a student, or even a version of yourself from 3 or 5 years ago. Imagine they're sitting across from you asking for help. What do they need to hear? What insights or strategies could you share to make their journey easier? When you write as if you're having a direct conversation with that one person, the reader feels seen, heard, and understood, and your book becomes a bridge connecting you with them. Another powerful shift is to use you language. Instead of writing in the abstract third person, flip this perspective to center on your reader. Connect directly to their challenges, fears, and aspirations. For example, instead of saying, many people overcome self-doubt by focusing on their readers, you could say, if you're struggling with self-doubt, shift your focus to the people who need your message most. They're waiting for the insights that only you can share. This subtle change makes your writing more connective and impactful. It's also helpful to remind yourself why you're writing this book in the first place. Again, is it to educate, inspire, or provide a step-by-step framework for success? Whatever your goal, remember that your book is a tool to serve others. When you're deeply connected to your purpose, the self-doubt starts to fade. Now, one final tip. Collect reminders of your impact. Save emails, messages, or testimonials from people you've helped. Whenever imposter syndrome creeps in, look back at those and remind yourself that your work matters. The people who need your knowledge, insights, and experiences are out there, and they're waiting for your book. The bottom line? Your book isn't about proving what you know. It's about making a difference. The moment you focus on service, writing becomes easier, more meaningful, and far more powerful. Tip 4, create a writing environment that inspires you. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to focus and be productive. If you're constantly feeling distracted, unmotivated, or creatively blocked, it might not be a lack of discipline. It could actually be your surroundings. The right space can transform writing from something you struggle to do into something you actually look forward to doing. Start by experimenting with different locations and find what works best for you. If you're writing at home, make your space comfortable and inviting. Some writers thrive in absolute silence, tucked away in a home office, while others find inspiration in the background hum of a local coffee shop. If you're feeling stuck, try changing your scenery. Take your laptop to a new spot in your house a local hangout, or get outdoors. Sometimes a fresh perspective is all it takes to re-energize your creativity. Next, consider associating your writing practice with a ritual to signal to your brain that it's time to get into writing mode. Maybe that's writing every day while you're having your morning coffee, or settling in bed at the end of the night. Maybe it's something as simple as sitting in the same chair or using your favorite notebook that can create that mental association for you. Now, one of the biggest writing killers? Distractions. So before you start writing, silence your notifications, close unnecessary computer tabs, and set clear boundaries with family or colleagues. Let people know when you need uninterrupted time to write. If focus is an issue, consider writing in short sprints. Set a timer for 15 to 30 minutes and write without stopping. Then take a short break. This structured approach can help you keep on track. Finally, keeping inspiring books, notes, or a vision board nearby to remind you of why you're writing in the first place can be a game changer. The more you create an environment that supports your process, the easier it'll be to stay consistent and make real progress on your book. Tip 5, embrace progress, not perfection. Perfectionism is the silent killer of great books. Many authors get stuck writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting the same paragraph over and over, trying to make it flawless before moving on. But here's the truth. No best-selling book started out perfect. The first draft is not the final draft, and trying to perfect every sentence too early can actually paralyze your progress. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on momentum. Give yourself permission to write a messy first draft. Your only job at this stage is to get your ideas out of your head and onto the page. So think of it like sculpting. You need a block of clay before you can refine and shape it into something amazing. To keep moving forward, set a daily or weekly word count goal. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. 500 words a day adds up quickly. Now, some days your writing will flow, other days it'll feel rough, but that's okay. Progress beats perfection every day of the week. The key is consistency. So remember, even the best books went through multiple rounds of editing. Bestsellers didn't start out polished. They were written, rewritten, refined, and improved over time. Your book will go through that process too. The important thing is to get the first draft out of your head and onto the page so you actually have something to edit. At the end of the day, your first draft isn't going to be perfect. It just needs to exist. But you can't edit a blank page, but you can refine a rough draft. Let go of perfectionism, embrace the process, and keep writing. Feeling more confident about your writing journey? If this video is helping, tap that like button so I know this is the content you need. And if you know someone struggling with their book, share this video with them. It could be exactly what they need to hear. Now let's keep going. Tip 6. Use deadlines to beat procrastination. Now, one of the biggest reasons books never get finished is the lack of a real deadline. Without a clear timeline, writing can stretch on for years, leaving your book unfinished and your message unheard. If you truly want to finish your book, give yourself a firm deadline and commit to it. Start by setting a specific deadline for each stage of the writing process. Mark dates for completing your outline, your first draft, and your revisions. Talk to your publisher and be realistic, but push yourself to stay on track. Without a defined endpoint, it's easy to get stuck in the cycle of overthinking and rewriting. Now, to add another layer of accountability, have your publisher announce your deadline publicly. When others know about your timeline, you're more likely to follow through. Now, if public accountability isn't your thing, consider working with a coach or joining a writing group where regular check-ins keep you accountable. One of the most effective strategies is to work backward from your desired publication date. If you want your book released in, say, 9 months, work with your publisher to map out every step leading to that goal. Writing, editing, formatting, cover design, pre-launch, launch. Assign deadlines for each phase so that you have a clear roadmap and aren't scrambling at the last minute. Deadlines turn your dream into a commitment. They force you to prioritize writing, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward. Treat your book like an important business project and set deadlines that drive action. The sooner you set deadlines, the sooner your book will become a reality. Tip 7. Find support and accountability. Writing a book can feel like a solitary journey, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, having the right support system can mean the difference between giving up and actually finishing your book. Now, one of the best ways to stay motivated is to join a writing group. Whether that's an in-person meetup or an online community, surrounding yourself with fellow writers creates momentum. You'll get encouragement, feedback, and that much-needed push when you hit a creative block. And if you want to supercharge your success, consider joining one of my best-selling book boot camps, where you'll focus, be held accountable, and actually get your book done. I host book writing retreats all over the world, so check the link in the description below to find a date and location that works for you. Another powerful tool is having your publisher keep you accountable. Ask them to check in with you regularly to ask about your progress and hold you to your deadlines. Just knowing that they're expecting an update from you can be the motivation you need to keep going. Now, if you want expert guidance and a structured plan, consider working with your publisher from the beginning of your writing journey. Your publisher will have a book coach who can help you refine your ideas, create a timeline, and ensure that your book aligns with your goals. They'll also have the full support team of editors who can provide feedback to strengthen your writing and keep your message clear and impactful. The truth is, you don't have to write your book alone. When you have the right people in your corner, cheering you on, offering insights, and holding you accountable, the process becomes smoother, more enjoyable, and ultimately more successful. Surround yourself with the right support system and you'll be amazed at how much faster and easier your book comes to life. Ready for my ultimate strategy? Reverse engineer your book. Writing a book without a clear direction can lead to frustration, unnecessary rewrites, and a message that just doesn't land with your audience. Instead of guessing your way through the writing process, reverse engineer your book for maximum clarity and impact. Start by identifying the outcomes you want the book to achieve and defining the transformation you want your readers to experience. What mindset shifts, skills, or knowledge should they gain by the end of your book? Get specific. This will be the foundation for your structure. Next, ask yourself, what action do I want my reader to take when they finish the book? Whether it's implementing new strategies, enrolling in your program, or shifting their perspective, knowing the outcome will shape how you guide them through the journey. Once you have the end goal in mind, map out the steps that will get them there. Each chapter should move them closer to that ultimate transformation, breaking down complex ideas into digestible, actionable steps. So think of your book as a roadmap. If your readers follow your guidance, they should reach the intended destination by the final page. Reverse engineering your book creates a clear, compelling structure that keeps your message focused and your readers engaged. Instead of just writing about your expertise, you're crafting a strategic experience that leads to real results. Writing a book can be challenging, but with the right tools, strategies, and support, you can absolutely write a book that will transform countless lives. Ready to write your book? I've created a free resource packed with actionable strategies to help you craft a book that connects with your audience and establishes you as the go-to expert in your field. Click the link in the description below to download it now and start turning your vision into reality. Now, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more tips, and share this video with someone who's ready to write their book. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ellie Shefi, and I'll see you in the next video.